I'm here. I'm here. Oh, please forgive me for my delay. I am late. I recognize I was actually listening to an audiobook of Jane Austen. And those of you who know me know that Jane Austen is one of my dearest loves. So I'm here. I'm here. What's going on? Tell me everything, everybody. This is a Friday live. We're here for an hour. At 5 o'clock, we go and raid Granny D. And a little bit later on, I will post Granny D's link. Okay, I'm going to take that out of the screenshot. Isn't that a pretty hat? This hat is actually on my blog already. It's the Hugs and Kisses hat. I made that for my ex, whose birthday was yesterday, and I still haven't sent it out. I am a bad person. So who's here? Everybody, tell me what's going on. What's on your hook? What's in your cup? What's for dinner? Everything. Oh, you're missing Everton? That's a show, isn't it? I haven't seen it, but I've heard good things about it. Lori was here. Kenny was here. I don't know if they're still here. I hope they are because, of course, I love everybody. Almost everybody. But Karen was here. Joyce. Lots of people were here already. I was late. I was very bad, and I need to be punished. But and then I had, for about a minute, I had like sort of AV issues trying to get the image to come up correctly, and that wasn't working. But then I just started over. Hey, Native Wind, glad to see you. Not sure I've seen you before, but you're always welcome. Oh, PJ is doing a bunch of blankets for Christmas. That sounds great. I'm doing, I've known about this for a long, long time. This is like, you just sort of stagger the way you do the front loops and back loops, and it comes up with like a slanted thing. So I'm doing this with the same yarn that I did this. And it'll turn out nicely. Hey, Mama Kay. Well, I'm glad you were able to catch me too. Everybody is welcome. So, anyway, let's just talk about what's going on. We have 8 people here. Hooray! I'm always glad to see people here. It's like when you throw a party and you're afraid that nobody's going to come. And I've had that happen. So, of course, I have like a list of things that I want to bring up, because if I don't write them down, I will forget them, I promise you. Oh, decaf Diet Coke. Oh, a pineapple shawl. I love doing pineapple shawls. There are a bunch of different ones out there. But I also love Fiber Spider, and he can do no wrong. So I'm sure that his tutorial is very easy to follow. Anyway, so some of the things I always want to talk about. First, I have to thank everybody. Hey, IVB. I have to thank everybody. Everybody who subscribes, everybody who just joins in and participates, whether it's a live stream or a recorded thing. Every time you watch a video to the end, every time you make a comment, every time you click like, you are doing me a tremendous favor, because it all plays into the YouTube algorithm, which nobody ever, ever, ever knows what it's going to be, because it changes like daily. Hey, Freehandly. Hey, Roberta. Oh, Yes, Roberta, it sounds like lurking and resting is a good idea in your situation. So anyway, but thank you to everybody. I have Ravelry patterns, and a lot of people have bought my Ravelry patterns. Needless to say, I'd like more. Hey, Angela, I have merch. My merch is no longer on Etsy. My merch is now on Teespring, and I will be working on expanding my Teespring store. Hey, Mama Kay. I have Patreon memberships. I have YouTube memberships. You know, it's all like a token amount. Um, unless you're like really hard up. And if you're really hard up, I understand if you cancel. It's okay. It's okay. Don't worry about it. Because I've been in that place myself. What else did I want to talk about? I also have Cash App and PayPal. Sometimes people do not want to purchase patterns through Ravelry, and they send me money directly through PayPal, and that works too. I'll just send them a PDF. That works great. I also have Cash App for the same sort of thing. I am immensely grateful for the generosity that people have shown me so far. And I don't know that I can even adequately express it, but people are just amazing, amazing in this community. So let's talk a little bit about my schedule. This is a Friday. On Fridays, I really don't have a default format. I've been doing a lot of lives because I haven't really bothered to prepare anything ahead of time. But sometimes I do have other things on live. I would like to be doing more interviews and posting them on Fridays. On Mondays, I have my Monday Men. And I have had really, really terrific interviews with men in yarn on Mondays. And people have actually shown that they appreciate them. Hey, Proverbs. Did I say hey, Angela? Of course, you're always welcome. I hope I haven't missed anybody. So Fridays, I have, you know, whatever I feel like doing on a Friday. Saturdays, I usually don't post. Sundays, I have poetry readings. I don't have a lot of people who actually watch them, but I don't care. I like to do them, and I'll keep doing them. Mondays, I have my Monday Men, interviews with men in yarn. Interviews is sort of not the right word because it's really more conversations. Often I talk too much about myself, but that should surprise no one. And also, I just find them to be a lot of fun. Tuesdays, I have Topic Tuesdays. We usually stick to the topic for at least, 2.5 minutes, and then we just go whatever direction we want to go. Wednesdays, Wednesday Free for Alls. It's another live stream with no topic, no anything, and we just do what we feel like doing. Those are fun too. Thursdays, I usually don't post anything, and then we're back at Friday. So there we are. Now, I also want to let you know, on Halloween, October 31st, which is a Sunday, going to be doing a holiday marathon starting at 1 p.m. They usually go about 8 hours until I feel like I have to either get offline or die or something like that. But they're lots and lots of fun. So, and also that will coincide with my 1-year anniversary. A lot of people are having anniversaries in October. And my very first video that is actually still there was October 30th of last year. Hey, Kenny, glad to see you always. Gosh, Mama K asks, who The most interesting person I've interviewed, gosh, I don't know how to say. I mean, I interviewed Fiber Spider once. I interviewed Zach Stout. I mean, these are huge. I interviewed Limon Crochets. These are huge people in the crochet world, and they consented to an interview. And in every case, we had a really great time. I don't know that I can choose a favorite. That's like choosing a favorite child or a favorite flavor of Ben and Jerry's. You know, I don't know that I could. So everybody is saying hello to everybody. Oh, excuse me. I'm always finding new people. Usually I find them on Instagram. And also people are suggesting new people to me. This Monday, I have Joe Wilcox, who is a wonderful, wonderful guy. He is also the guy who oversees the umbrella organization for all of the regional men's fiber retreats throughout the country. Each of the individual retreats, the Northeast, Southeast, there's one in Seattle, there's one in Denver, I think there's a new one in Palm Springs, there's a new one next year in Ohio. He oversees an umbrella organization. Each of those is like an individual organization that does their own business. But he's a great guy. I met him at the retreat I went to a couple of weeks ago, and he's just wonderful, wonderful to talk to. I really loved doing that interview or conversation or whatever you want to call it. But so I cannot name a favorite because, you know, when I was singing, people would ask me what my favorite opera was, and more often than not, I would say the one that I'm working on right now, because that would be the one that's top of mind. And I don't think there are any. There are very few that I wound up working on. Oh, excuse me. That were not worthy of that kind of respect and regard. So, you know what? If you're going to ask me which is my favorite man, I would say the one I'm working on right now, except that doesn't sound quite right, does it? Well, it does to my dirty mind, but still, it doesn't sound quite right. So anyway, and I have 4 or 5 new people I found on Instagram whom I want to interview. And a lot of also new opportunities with yarn dyers I want to partner up with and see if I can like design something with their yarns, that sort of thing. Or at least create samples of current designs with their yarns. Oh, excuse me. I should not be this tired. I slept for like a week and a half. That's why you haven't seen me an awful lot lately. But I slept a lot yesterday. I woke up refreshed this morning, but I haven't had a nap today. And now it's after 4 o'clock. So I'm feeling a little bit sleepy. But fortunately, you know, people are interacting. Nightbot is doing its job. I said dream because I just saw the name of Butterfly Dreams. So right now, there is the link if anybody wants to come up into Nightbot. Well, honestly, Mama K is asking, you know, which ones are most interesting and why, but so many of them are interesting for so many different reasons. Some of them are truly yarn dyers. Some of them only knit. There was one I met who has a company that uses like knitting machines to create stuff for very high-end designers. But of course, he couldn't tell me who those designers were, not without killing me. Um, I met a guy at the retreat who works for one of those high-end designers, or one of those high-end clothing um, companies as a designer. So even though he's not that experienced with the yarn stuff, with the knit and crochet, he knows a lot about designing for knitwear for these particular markets, high-end men and women both, and I thought that would be a fascinating topic to talk about um, in one of my Monday Men. He wasn't so sure. He didn't think he would have a lot to contribute, so I'm still talking to him about that. But I'm also going to send him one of my things, one of my recent tanks. If you saw it on Instagram, I did a tank top in. Well, actually, here it is. This is a tank top I did in this off-white cotton blend yarn. So, and I made another one in that was sort of a bluish kind of yarn, the same cotton blend, but a sort of a different colorway that had like a blue variegated thing going on. So those two are two gifts that are going out to people. And if they want to go on living, they will send me pictures of themselves wearing them. Oh, I forgot. There was another announcement I wanted to make. I was in Triple C Dana's thing this morning that she does every morning at like 9:30. Excuse me for that. She's going to do one of my free hat patterns next week. It's a crafty thing where they do a craft thing together. She's going to do one of my hat patterns next week. She hasn't decided which one, but just for the record, all of my hat patterns are free, and they are all available at my blog. And in a second, Nightbot will tell you where that link is. But yeah, exactly. So how exciting is that? Dana, Triple C, who is so famous, is going to do one of my patterns. I'm pretty darn excited about that. Ooh. Oh, Kenny's here.
How
Hey.
how is everyone?
So what kind of objectionable things have you been eating lately?
Well, I've been I did a premiere yesterday. It was actually supposed to be part 2 today, but I'm gonna be uploading part 1 today. And it's actually already uploaded, but it's actually going to be going the same time as Granny D is going live. That's the thing, that's set for 5 o'clock.
Oh, yeah, exactly. And we do all go over to Granny D at 5 o'clock.
Yeah.
And at the time, I will post a link.
Yep. But I uploaded part 2 yesterday, so where I had met up with a channel called Kicking It Country and Water Girl Family Adventures and Water Boy. And they're all great channels if you're really into adventure videos and things like that. And the way you see them on the screen is the way you see them in person.
Well, I hope that most of us intend to present ourselves that way.
Yes.
I don't know. I don't know that we always do. Hey, Mel Hartley.
Hey,
So
Hartley.
I know I asked you just the other day, but I have a mind like a sieve. Are you closer to Nashville or Knoxville?
I'm closer to Knoxville.
On which side of Knoxville?
I'm on the northeast side.
Okay. Okay. So, I know. Oh, ooh, that reminds me. Yeah, I know some. Oh, do you know the bearded yarnivore?
No, I don't.
I can't remember exactly where in Tennessee he is, but I know he's there. I just dropped some plastic bottles on the floor. It doesn't matter. But anyway, he is a perfectly wonderful guy. And I can't remember exactly where he is. He is also in that region that to the rest of the country is nebulous, sort of between Knoxville and Nashville. Even though I'm in North Carolina and I should know better. Um, you know, part of me goes, how far is it from Dollywood? And, part of me goes, how far is it from Asheville? Because my cousin lives there. But anyway, yeah. Oh, hey, Leanne, I'm so glad to see you.
Hey. How are you?
Doing
Hey,
all right.
Divergent.
Hi, Divergent.
Hi, Crystal.
Anyway, glad to see you, Leanne. Okay, you're in Louisiana, right? No, it's not. Yeah, I can't remember.
Carolina.
South Carolina. Oh. I have such a poor memory for this sort of detail.
Oh, I do too. Don't worry about it.
But, it's lucky I can remember your name. Frida. But,
oh, dear.
But yeah, actually, I'm going up to Black Mountain in about a month, really.
Mm.
Daddy needs some pattern sales. Yeah, Daddy needs to pay for this trip. But yeah, so I'm going up to Black Mountain for another men's fiber retreat. And quite looking forward to that. I was hoping to see some people. I'll probably drive up there as quickly as I can, but on the way back, I don't know about seeing people. Because, there's Granny D, who is like northeast of Charlotte. Mm-hmm. There's Happy Crafty Homemaker, who is southeast of Charlotte. You are, if I remember correctly, somewhere between Columbia and Greenville.
Yeah.
Okay. And then there is another person, Curtis Rogers, whom I interviewed, who is a fantastic person and yarn person. He is right outside of Columbia. Actually, I need a longer trip is what I need.
So he's not too far from me then, because if he's in Columbia.
Probably not.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. He was at USC. He just retired.
Okay.
Although he doesn't look retirement age. Mm-hmm. He's a very, very lovely man. If you go back through my Monday Men, you will find an interview with him.
Okay.
And actually, that interview happened just before his retirement date, which I think was in June. But Leanne,
Yeah.
we need to organize a North Carolina, South Carolina get together. Whether it's an overnight thing or not,
Okay.
it just needs to happen. Because, I mean, there are some wonderful people. There's another Browning in North Carolina. Can you believe it? Who does crochet? I think she does
Yeah.
crochet. Anyway, she's on the yarn channels that I follow too.
Okay.
But
Well,
there's also Granny D, there's Ezra, there's Happy Crafty, there's you, other people in South Carolina, there's Curtis, there's Rusty Boyd, who is actually in charge of, oh, hey, Ursula.
hi, Ursula. When are you wanting it to happen?
Oh, I don't know.
Not this year. Maybe
Yeah,
next.
I'm thinking next year would probably
Yeah,
be
that would
better. I
be
mean, I
pretty good.
wanted to do something last year in December, but I think I had tried to plan it too fast, and then there were like public health concerns, and then there were like monetary concerns as well. So
So
it just didn't happen. But we actually, Granny D, I hope she's here. Granny D has a wealth of experience as a school teacher. That means she knows how to project manage better than I do, and I was paid to be a project manager once. So, uh-oh, I have to do it. I'm sorry, I can't. I can't resist. Ursula hit me. Okay, yeah, Ursula hit me with a super chat or a super sticker or something. But which is very, very kind, and I'm very, very thankful. And I love that video. Coco did that for me. Cocktails and Crochet. No, Cocktails and Crochet with Coco. Is that her channel name? Anyway, it's got cocktails, it's got crochet, it's got Coco. And what more do you need?
You said her channel name right. It is Cocktails and Crochet with Coco.
Uh-oh. Ursula hit me again. I think she wants to see the video again.
That is a cute video.
The thing I love about that video is it puts my face on a thin guy who can dance.
Yeah.
He doesn't. It's cute.
That's wonderful. I'm not going to stop anyone else who wants to give me super chats. Daddy needs pattern sales. Daddy has another trip coming up.
Well, yeah, Mama does too.
I know. And honestly,
Christmas time's coming.
For a lot of us, this is our job. And it's a struggle to find a way to say that without saying, give me money.
Yeah.
But you know what? Give me money.
Yeah.
I mean, if you're going to be a businessman, you got to have some balls. Give me money. No, I'm honestly, I'm really just being silly. A little bit. Give me money. But
yeah. I mean, it is sort of. This to me though is kind of a part-time.
Well, it's different things to different people. And that's okay. That's okay.
Yeah.
I mean, I am working hard to create new designs and new patterns that might
Yeah.
sell into perpetuity. I'm doing stuff that people might view after the fact. I'm, you know, the immediate super chats are beautiful.
Yes, I love
And
them.
I have had some ridiculously generous gestures from people, and I
Mhm.
won't go into them because I don't want to
Mm-mm.
embarrass anyone or make anyone think that
Mhm.
their own gestures don't measure up, because every gesture does.
Yeah.
But um, you know, it's still my job. I don't have anything else. Frankly, I don't have anything else in my life except a Cocker Spaniel.
Yeah. But do you sometimes get like writer's block?
I do get, I
Kind of.
get burnt out sometimes.
Maybe that's why I feel right now. I'm like
I,
blocked.
yeah, I did have some of that this week. I had a, every year I have like a seasonal, what do they call it? Seasonal affective disorder. Um, February historically has always been a very hard month for me, and this year it was much worse than usual.
Mm-hmm.
And honestly, there were times I was not sure I was going to see the end of February,
Oh.
but I did, and I'm better. And this is what I do. And there aren't that many other things that give me pleasure. I mean, I'm sure that sounds very sad, but it's also true.
Mm-hmm.
All of my friends are far away. Uh-oh,
No.
gotta post it again. Anyway, let's talk about puppies.
Puppies.
Exactly, Mama Kay. I appreciate everything. And honestly, people, and it's not about the money. People have sent me really, really generous gifts of yarn that are worth far more than any of the money that I've received from people. And oof, I haven't even begun to use it all. I mean, I always say that I need more yarn, like I need a hole in the head. But, okay, so if there is something that AJ really loves, yarny wise. Oh, Ursula, what's going on with AJ? Is something happening with AJ? We all love AJ. I hope no one disagrees about that.
Uh-huh. I don't know.
But is there something going on with AJ? Or are you just asking what I think would be a good gift for AJ?
I mean,
Honestly, I don't recall hearing him talk about favorite yarns.
yeah.
So I think that he would be very grateful for anything.
Mm-hmm.
Whereas my tastes, I used to be totally all about the budget yarns. And nowadays, my tastes have become a little bit more expensive while my budget has not.
Mm-hmm.
So that's a little thing to consider. Anyway.
Stop that.
Anyway, so what else is going on with people? I have to keep track of time because I don't want us to be late for Granny D.
We got time.
Yeah, we do. It's 4:38 now.
Mm-hmm.
So, do you know, Granny D and I were both in Ginger's Yarn Geeks live earlier today. There are a lot of people who do not know that Granny D and I went to the same college at the same time and did not know each other then. But do I have a favorite yarn? It's just like my favorite opera. It's what I'm working with today. Sometimes. Sometimes there are yarns that I don't want to work with again.
Mm-hmm.
And I will gladly get rid of whatever it is I have. Hey, Granny D! Yay!
Hey, Granny D.
Hey, Lori! Yay!
Hey, Lori, did you get your closets cleaned out?
Looks like she did.
Hey, Granny D.
And Lori looks like her back hurts because of it.
Oh no.
But yeah, Granny D and I went to the same college at the same time and didn't know each other. We had friends in common, in fact.
Oh.
But we probably met each other but didn't know each other. She was a day student. She was a year or two ahead of me as far as classes go.
Mm-hmm.
And I think she was like an older day student.
Mm-hmm.
Not that Granny D could ever be of any recognizable age. I'm sure she's 29 and some months.
Mm-hmm.
But we never really met that I can recall, and I don't think she does either, when we were there together. But she did not live on campus, and I did. There weren't really very many other options.
Mm-hmm.
It was a very small liberal arts college, and frankly, I still love it with my whole heart. I recognize some of the shortcomings in my own education, particularly as a performing musician, but it doesn't matter. Oh, Laurie is going to visit IU on Wednesday. I went to IU for a year and a half. I was suicidal while I was there, but that's not a matter. What is your youngest going to study at IU? Anyway, yeah. So I have always said, and will never stop saying, that there are parts of my education at this one college, Pfeiffer College in North Carolina, that now has pretensions to call itself a university. But, you know, who the hell cares? I received a really, really, really good broad musical education there. As far as actual vocal technique, learning to sing well, not so much. No, Divergent, that is not my review of IU. That is my review of my state of mind, my place in life when I went to IU. IU is a wonderful place. They call it college with a capital C.
Mm-hmm.
You know, old, limestone university. It's a beautiful place. It has everything you want. But if you are a vocal student, if you want to be an opera singer, and you still have technical things to learn or to master, it is not the place for you, or it wasn't when I was there. Because I am not the only one who had the experience that I had where, I got really, really bad vocal instruction from really, really big name teachers who had had huge performing careers. So, I mean, it's a very nuanced thing, and not every teacher is right for every student. That's another consideration. But, you know, it just wasn't right for me. I probably shouldn't really even say anymore because it was great for a lot of people, but just not me. I mean, I even saw people make amazing vocal progress, just not me. So, exactly, Laurie. Laurie, tell me, what is your was it your son? I think it was your son who was looking into IU. What does he want to study? Now, on the other hand, for undergrad, I went to a liberal arts college, a small school. In North Carolina, you cannot swing a cat without hitting a small church-related liberal arts college. Um, I don't think that's a bad thing. So I went there. They had an emphasis on church music and music education. I learned so much about choral music. I learned so much about church music. I learned so much about music education. I learned so much about music history and theory. I got amazingly bad instruction with regard to vocal technique. But I still love the place with all my heart. What does that tell you? Um, it probably tells you I'm schizophrenic or something like that. Anyway, moving right along. Oh, I just want you to study sports management. Actually, Laurie, I have read and heard very, very good things about the business school. I think it's one of the top rated ones in the country.
Oh.
But then again, I don't know anything because I haven't been in the collegiate atmosphere for a number of years. That is another thing. That was one of my dreams. I wanted to be.
What's number one?
What?
Oh, that was my dad talking to me. Sorry
Oh,
about
I'm
that.
sorry. I didn't know he was on.
That was my dad talking to me. Sorry about that.
Mhm.
I thought you just listening. I didn't know you had him on live.
Yeah. So anyway, yeah.
Oh, that's
When I was young, I don't know what I was talking about. I had a roommate actually in an apartment. He was in the business school and had done very, very well in the business school, which was great. And we had a pretty darn good apartment for a very cheap rate. Yeah, Lori says it's not a wonder it was so emotionally difficult for me. Well, I mean, part of that, there's a lot of um, there's a lot of backstory to that as well, because I mean, honestly, I say that one reason I didn't do well in trying to have a performing career was I had poor vocal training. But I think a bigger explanation is that I almost said bitter, but that's true too. Was that I honestly had very poor training in life skills. Um, and I can recognize that now at almost 60, but that doesn't mean no good now. Well, it sort of does, but you know. And honestly, IU, they called the IU School of Music, especially the vocal school, the Opera Factory. And I did not have the self awareness then. I did not know how I was or what I was going to see. But it should be no surprise that it had me in such distress. And I was only there for 3 semesters and I had to leave. Anyway, that's enough about me. So, in 10 minutes, we're going to go see Granny D. So, I'm going to post her link right now.
I was looking for her actual live link, but she doesn't have one up.
Well, I have a link to her channel right there, courtesy of Nightbot.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, so we're going to go see Granny D at 5. I think that actually it's a very full night as far as people doing live streams. From what I've heard, I think people are doing all-nighters. I can't imagine.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it's all I can do to do 8 hours when I do a marathon. Which, by the way, I'm doing a marathon on Halloween Sunday, starting at 1 p.m. Eastern. I'm also doing one on Black Friday and one on New Year's Day.
Mm.
All of them starting at 1 p.m. Eastern.
Wow.
So anyway, yeah, that's the story. You know, I didn't mean to get into all of this sadness about music and disappointed ambitions and all of that crap. Because, you know, it's all over now. I mean, yeah, I carry some of that still with me, but I should deal with that on my own and not really burden any of you on it with it. Anyway. Oh, Divergent is asking whether on Black Friday I'm going to share the good sales.
Mm-hmm.
It is my aim on Black Friday to remain completely ignorant of any sales, anything that is going on in the retail world. I am there to provide escape from people who absolutely hate the retail world. And I hope I'll have some people following me that day, because I pretty much hate it myself.
Oh, I'll have a live that day. That's my normal day.
It's a Friday, yeah.
Yeah, my live usually starts at 2. That's a
Well,
normal.
you know, mine goes a long time,
Yeah.
and it's not surprising. Oh, excuse me, for people to come and go
Mm-hmm.
as they're able during anybody's long-term life. That's okay. Oh, excuse me, my goodness gracious. Oh.
Wow.
Lori wants a caftan. Why not make one, Lori?
Hmm. Oh.
Pay me enough money, I'll make one for you. Except I don't do crochet for orders. I don't do crochet for production. I only do crochet for designs.
Mm-hmm.
And then very often I give away some of my design samples on my live streams. But by golly, the last time I gave away a bunch of finished objects as giveaways,
Mm-hmm.
the postage nearly killed me.
Ew.
I had 3 winners in Canada. That's worse than 3 winners in Russia.
Oh dear. Wow.
Divergent, I do not sew. I can. When I was in junior high school at that time, at that place, all the boys and all the girls had both home ec, which included sewing and cooking, and what they called industrial arts. Divergent says, yes, the next time I do a giveaway, at least if it involves postage, it's going to be US only. Now for my Halloween marathon, I do have a few things that I'm going to give away, but I'm also probably going to give away a pattern or two. But I'm not posting anything anywhere outside of the US. Probably the 48, the continental USA. So I will make that kind of eligibility clear when I first describe the giveaways. But beyond that, Black Friday, I don't know. My birthday giveaway, which is on December 8th, which I hope will coincide with 2,000 subscribers. That's a hint, people. I want subscribers. But yeah, I hope my birthday giveaway in December will coincide with 2,000 subscribers. And I will probably have more giveaways then. But I have some things to send out right now that I just need to figure out what I'm going to do with those. I mean, I can afford the few bucks it costs to send those out. Divergent says she would love to have a David original. Who, I think it was Gina Barnett that I sent my Christmas blanket to. She said she was going to put it on the back of her sofa for the Christmas season. I haven't seen pictures yet. So I'm going to put up some new patterns this week on Ravelry as well. And you better believe I'm going to announce it. Okay, Kenny, it's okay that you have to go. You're always welcome here. Actually, it's 4:58. We should probably break up and go off to see Grady D right now anyway. Oh, excuse me. Oh, I need a nap. Of course, I'm going to be awake at midnight and crocheting. I need a new design idea. I might.
You do.
I might want to make a new design sample from one of my most recent ones. I need to publish some of my most recent ones. My thing is, I really don't have good pictures of anything. Absolutely nothing. I'm not a photographer. I would never ever claim to be a photographer.
Me neither.
That's not my strength. So I have some things that I need to publish that I wish I had better pictures of, but I just don't. But I'm going to publish them anyway in the hope of getting a few sales. Because did I mention Daddy needs pattern sales? Anyway. Oh, also, did I mention Dana Triple C is going to do one of my free hat patterns on her Crafty Crochet Hour? I can't remember what exactly she calls it. Next week.
Oh,
I
wow.
think that is amazing. I'm so flattered. Anyway, since it is time for Granny D, I really do have to call it a day. It has been lovely having you all here. I want to thank you very much and remind you of all of my links. I think that what I just posted will give you all of my links. Otherwise, you know, what is it I always say? Comment, subscribe, share. That's the fourth thing. But the most important thing is keep coming back. And thank you, everybody. And I'm going to just click end right now. And we're going to go see Granny D. Go see Granny D because she's on live at 5. And tell her it's a Bearded Yarn Raid. Bye-bye, everybody.
Bye.